4 new scientists now call UNLV home. Funded by the Nevada EPSCoR Climate Change Project, the new assistant professors offer specialized skills and knowledge in engineering and social science.
It's infrastructure building for the university, and infrastructure building in this critical area. In this case, it's for climate change research and education. This is a unique opportunity for us to kind of build capacity in this area.
Each researcher will build upon work already completed in the first 4 years of the grant. Brendan Morris, assistant professor of electrical and computer engineering, specializes in computer vision and the visualization of data produced by climate change research.
What my interest in this area is to figure out how can we take the scientific data that's coming from these climate change models and measurements and field devices, and taking that data and doing some processing on it so that we can, come up with indicators or statements that can be made based on these automatic processing of the data, and then also providing an interface so that researchers and policymakers even could interact with that in a natural setting to understand what it is that everything is saying.
Jasmine Waddell is a qualitative researcher in the School of Environment and Public Affairs. She studies social vulnerabilities and hazards associated with climate change and will reach out to specific communities in the state.
My objective is to reach out to underprivileged communities. I anticipate working a lot in downtown Las Vegas. I'd also be very interested in getting into some of the more remote communities outside of Las Vegas. There are pockets of extreme poverty and pockets of extreme wealth, and there are a lot of divides. All of those dynamics are happening on top of climate change, right? And so you have a shifting sand in terms of what your policy landscape looks like, sort of who's in the driver's seat, who has the power, who doesn't have the power, how do we use the power, how the attitudes change. Nevada is a really exciting space, but it's a really complicated one too.
Environmental and Public Affairs professor Jae-Won Lim is also examining social science issues associated with climate change. His specialty is regional economic development and analysis.
I'm doing a lot of demographic studies, so when we focus on the environment, it's basically interaction between human and the environment. So we should clearly understand what type of socioeconomic features that each of us, like those who live in this southern Nevada and also state of Nevada as a whole, what is the features or socioeconomic features and the characteristics. So I'll focus on what we need and then how it can be translated into the policy actions for those policymakers.
Haroon Stevens, hired initially to develop the GIS and remote sensing lab on campus, is now an assistant professor of civil and environmental engineering.
Right now I'm working on urban heat island effect in the city of Las Vegas, but I believe that I will be expanding my research to state and other important topics related to water, drought in the area.
There's not many times that you can strategically hire in certain areas where you're both really helping out departments that need new faculty in these key areas. So certainly it helps out their academic missions, but it also really helps out us grow in key research areas too.
The new faculty members are excited to be a part of the Nevada Climate Change Project and eager to make their mark at UNLV.
I've interacted with a number of really great faculty members and a lot of very interesting research that's going on, and I know this is a great place to start a career because there's been a lot of emphasis on changing the research culture, and it's really exciting to be part of a new sort of shift in Nevada education and to be part of bringing something great to this state.
I think there are a lot of great tools. There's a lot of great resources here around public opinion polling, great support around qualitative data collection and doing some case studies. So I'm really excited to get into that. So
one of the purpose of this project is to stimulate the collaborative research with the NSHE system, through the NSHE system, and also provide this community outreach effort so that we can educate not the research, not only the researchers, but the public in general.
The new hires, including myself, are an important addition to the infrastructure of the state. And the more scientists we have engaged during this project will continue to sustain that research that has been started.
For more information on the EPSCoR Climate Change Project, visit our website, nvclimatechange.org. This program was made possible by a grant from the National Science Foundation, a production of the Hank Greenspan School of Journalism and Media Studies and UNLV TV.